Hi guys, welcome back to our channel and another episode of our book reviews. Most of you have heard about this book. It's an international bestseller and it's called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I hope I said that right. So the book talks about Santiago, who is an Andalusian shepherd, who is on a quest to finding his personal legend, his dreams, his inner burning desire of who he truly is. And we're taken through that whole process of why he was once a shepherd, left his flock of sheep, actually sold it, and went to find what is burning inside him, to go through that mission and journey to find out all that. So as usual, as we always cover on our book reviews, we'll just cover what's main, what really caught us, and what we learned from the book.
So yeah guys, everyone has dreams, everyone has desires. We all yearn to be somewhere, and some of us, the desires, actually a friend of ours was sharing with us that in Habakkuk 2:2-3 or something.
Habakkuk 2, chapter 2, verse 2-3.
Yeah, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2-3, it's about how the desires you have are placed there by God. Yeah, so something of the sort. So this is a book about how you achieve those desires and the journey towards achieving those desires, as Caleb was saying. So highlighting on some of the things that really fascinated me or were really interesting to me was, one, everyone has an idea of what you should be pursuing, but none about his. So everyone will try to tell you this is the direction you'll be taking, or this is what you should be doing, but none has an idea of how you should be doing it. So I think you should move the other way. Instead of telling people what to do, move into asking people, am I doing the right thing? It's not bad to have other people's opinions about what you're doing. It's good. But having that opinion while at least you know what you want to do is different from asking people or people advising you while clearly they have not yet set up their own thing. So that's one of the things that really fascinated me. And I think the second point was, if you've really found your true desire or what you are really meant to do, you'll find signs or omens that will be telling you this is what you should be doing. So things will always work out your way. Not necessarily in things going how you expect. Perhaps you'll have a challenge, but the challenge will be an opportunity to grow and to learn. Perhaps you'll have something else coming your way, but that will also be an opportunity for you to move towards where you should be moving. So I think that was also one of the things that really fascinated me in this book.
And to add on to that point, what Ken is talking about, what is basically covered in the book is what we call principle of favorability, or basically what is known as beginner's luck.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about there is when you try something for the first time, most of the time you'll be successful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 100% of the time. Sometimes you can actually just fail from the word go and continue failing. But there's always some things we do for the first time and we are instantly successful. And success here means maybe you are really enjoying doing it.
Exactly.
Or
you're really in the zone, perhaps.
You're in the zone. It's something that you really want to do again and again and again.
Yeah.
So that's what we call law of favorability. So the universe will always converse to helping you be successful in the first time. So basically what he says in the book is that principle of favorability whets your appetite with a taste of success. So it gives you that feeling that this is what you're meant to do in life. And most of the time, those things, what we do for the first time is what now we end up wanting to do more. And that's what happened to us in trading. You know, if you've been watching our videos, and for those who haven't watched our videos, we'll really emphasize that you go watch our videos, especially the story of who we are and where we come from. Where Ken talked about how he multiplied his money times 3. Yeah. So, and then after that, he blew all of it. So that gives you, the universe just gives you a taste of what it's like to be in that industry or that thing that you're meant to do in life. And that's what this story is all about. It gives you that taste of success, and from there you keep on pushing on going forward. So something else what I can talk about is the personal legend. So Paulo Coelho really emphasizes about it when he's talking about Santiago. On when we are young, we normally know what our personal legend is. We're never confused. We are so confident that this is what I want to become. I want to be a pilot. I want to be a doctor. I want to be... It might not be really clear, or maybe even you're just saying something simple. I want to...
Be a gardener.
Or just something you saw on TV. Something. We have that desire. And at that time, nothing is impossible. You're very sure you'll become that. You want to go into a plane or you want to become the pilot, you're very sure you'll become a pilot. But somewhere along the way, there's a mysterious force that comes in and tries and pushes you away and push you away from your personal legend. So it reaches a time when now our personal legend sounds impossible. You're like, I can't be a pilot. I'm not so smart. Maybe I don't have money to go to school. I can't do that. So there's a mysterious force that pushes us away from who we want to become, who we really are. So it's up to you to actually become aware of that personal legend, and whatever life throws at you, you throw back at it. You punch back at it and say, whatever it costs, I'll go through this process, this journey, and become who I'm really meant to become. So that's actually getting to know who your personal legend is, who you really are. And that's what Santiago went through. He went through a whole phase. It was a journey, but at the end of the day, he came to realize who he really was, about his dreams, and he learned a lot. Success is always about the process, not about the destination. What you're going through, how you're developing, how your mindset is changing, and all that. That is success. Knowing where you're going and you're actually moving towards it. That's your personal legend.
So yeah, my final point on this book will be about our fear of failure. So actually, there's a quote in the book that our imagination of suffering is worse than suffering itself. So I think that's basically living in your mind, and when you're in your mind, definitely, if you know how your mind is programmed, if you understand how your mind works, at least I and Caleb have an understanding of this, because for us in trading, there are three parts. There's the strategy side, which deals with technicals and fundamentals. Then there's the mental side, which deals with you as the part of the equation and your mind in that process. So we had to go through the process of learning how our mind works, how fear is stored in the mind, how you can overcome fear, and such things. So in that process, if I explain that point, what he actually talks about is it's okay to be fearful, and it's allowed, and most people are actually fearful. Actually, Caleb says that courage wouldn't exist without fear. So courage wouldn't exist without the absence of fear. So fear will always be there, but you have to be courageous to take action despite the fear. So you have to transcend that fear of suffering or that fear of failure that you have, because suffering will mainly come from failure, from not meeting expectations and such things, which must happen ultimately in whatever you do. Even if you choose not to be ambitious, it doesn't mean that things will work out your way. So you'd rather be ambitious and follow your goals and fail at that than fail at something that you don't want or something that you don't like. So that's one of the things that really inspires us to take the action and to move towards what we think is valuable and is for us. If we fail, we learn from it, but most of the times things turn out to go your way. So that comes down to what Paulo Coelho talks about. So make sure you incorporate that to how you make your decisions and how you think about failure.
Yeah, and to sum up, I'll finish up with a beautiful story that was that Santiago was told in the story. And this story is about a kid or a certain boy who went to his father and asked his father, "Dad, what is the secret to happiness?" And his father looked at his son and told him, "I'll send you to the wisest man on earth. You can ask him that question." And the son took his bags, packed his things, and set off on that journey to find the wisest man who his father sent him to. When he finally met this wisest man, he lived in a beautiful palace made of gold. He had many servants. He was living in luxury, sort of, let's say, like Solomon.
Okay.
And when he came to the wisest man, he asked the wisest man, "Excuse me, sir, what is the secret to happiness?" So the wisest man looked at him and gave him a spoon, and on that spoon he kept some oil, and told the kid, "Go walk around my beautiful palace and make sure you do not spill that oil on that spoon, and you'll know the secret of happiness." So what did the kid do? He set off on that journey, holding the oil, the spoon and the oil that was on the spoon, and went and looked around the palace and walked around, and after a few hours he came back to the wisest man, and the wisest man told him, "What have you seen in my beautiful palace? Have you seen the gold walls, the decoration?" And the kid told him, "I haven't seen anything, sir, because I was busy looking at the oil." So with that same spoon and that same oil, the wisest man told him, "Go now again and make sure this time you get to look at the beautiful palace, my beautiful flowers. Go walk in the garden, look at the beautiful decorations all around the palace." And the kid went. When he came back after a few hours, he didn't have anything on the spoon. The oil was all spilled. And the wisest man asked him, what happened to the oil? And the kid told him, oh, I forgot that I had oil on the spoon. And the wisest man told him, the secret to happiness is making sure you walk around life looking at all the beautiful things, and at the same time you make sure you do not spill the oil on the spoon. So maybe to interpret how I understood it in my own version is basically, when you walk through life, do not only focus on what you want to achieve. Do not just focus on one thing. Make sure you keep that in focus.
Yeah.
Keep it in mind, so that making sure you do not spill it. So you know what your purpose is and you're working towards that. But at the same time, do not neglect life as it is. Life is beautiful. Life is enjoyable. Get to make new friends. Walk around. Look at the beauty. Look at nature of what nature actually is. Experience life for what life actually is, instead of just working on your purpose. Let's say you're working on feeding 1 million people and all you just want is to feed people, but you don't want to understand who people are, understand what life is. There's more to life than what you think life is all about. So that's basically what I mainly learned. That was a beautiful story that I really enjoyed, and that was what I took home from this beautiful book, The Alchemist.
Yeah. So I think that's all from us in this book. We've given you all the points. I won't add to anything. The conclusion Caleb has given is perfect. And so I think, hope you guys will apply, even if it's the last principle that Caleb talked about, meaning you could decide that you'll choose a certain path, but don't forget the rest or other things that exist in the universe. So that's it from us. Hope you learned, hope you'll apply. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and invite your fellow friends to come and watch the videos. Cheers, guys.